Good morning. Well, my wife and I have been very blessed to have 7 grandchildren. Today, they range from age 16 down to age 2. And so we've been blessed to witness virtually every phase of development of childhood up to this point. And I think having done that, my favorite phase, my favorite age is age 4 to age 5. We have 2 of our grandkids right now, Reagan and Dean, who are in that age range. And I think the reason it's my favorite is there's still this sense of wonder, of awe about new things, being surprised every day about something in life, but also having the vocabulary to express it. Our granddaughter Reagan is exploring new words, and she's discovered this word adorable. And so she'll go outside and she'll go, "Oh, those flowers are adorable. Oh, I see that dress. It's adorable." And it's interesting because she's spontaneous in the moment of finding something that she's surprised by or impressed by. But she planned for that spontaneity by having the word ready to use at the appropriate moment. And I thought about this concept of spontaneity. You know, David was a man who was spontaneous. We see the story in 2 Samuel 6 where he is bringing the ark back to Jerusalem. It's a great day in the history of Israel to bring that ark, the presence of God, back to the holy city. And so what does he do? He's leaping and dancing and praising God with all of his might. He's doing it in such a way that his wife, Michal, says she despised him from that point forward because he was so undignified. But he didn't care because in that moment he was spontaneously expressing his praise. His psalms are an expression of spontaneity in many cases. How many of them start with a phrase like, "Bless the Lord, oh my soul"? This "oh" is a moment of seeing something and in the moment being so impressed, so overwhelmed by the moment. Psalm 18 says, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good." These ideas that in the moment he is there. So when I thought about spontaneity, I thought about 3 words that maybe we don't think about. The first one is we need to be prepared for spontaneity. We need to have a vocabulary. We need to have a set of actions. We had a minister at our church a few years ago who started us on some opportunities for service. And what he did is he brought us in on Saturdays. And first we walked through the neighborhoods and prayed for those neighborhoods. But then he sent us out and he said, go to a convenience store, go to a fast food place, get in line behind someone. And when they get ready to pay, jump in and pay for their meal. They'll be shocked. They'll be surprised. And then tell them you're doing it because Jesus gave you so much, you want to give it back. I see that same thing modeled in the Macedonians. When Paul's talking in 2 Corinthians, he's in 2 Corinthians 8, and he says they wanted to give so much that their generosity just flowed up. They didn't have any money. They didn't have anything, but they had such a heart to serve poor Christians that their generosity welled up into giving. And in fact, in the message, they used the word, they were spontaneous in responding to the opportunity. So there's a degree to which we have to be prepared with the right vocabulary, with thinking about where is a place that I can express this. But then we also have to be present. We have to be in that moment, watching for what's going on so that we can jump in and do the things that we need to do. But then, taking a lesson from David, I think spontaneity also remembers that we have to have an attitude of praise. How many of the Psalms are praise Psalms? He wakes up in the morning, he looks at creation around him and says, "Oh God, this is amazing." And he writes a psalm. Now, he was ready to write. He had prepared. He had done all of the work necessary. But in the moment, being present, being praising, And being prepared, he could be spontaneous in a way that expressed his great joy. This week, I want you to think about spontaneity. I want you to be prepared to be spontaneous. When you go to the store, when you go to the restaurant, when you see an opportunity to help someone who is in need, be present, be praising, be prepared, and be the hands and feet of Jesus to the world around you. Have a great week.